It was an absolute disaster from the start. One day after arriving, a hurricane took out all power to the city. No flights out, no food, plenty of water though. I spent several days just trying to survive. In hindsight, it could have been much worse, because all these events taught me a life-changing idea that, I dare say, undoubtedly leads to a better and more fulfilling life. With the weather returning to normal, the adventure resumed. A journey around the world to learn about Spanish and life. This part of the adventure was in Cuba. Although beautiful and charming, Cuba has a lot of, how do I say this gently, economic disadvantages. The doctors earn less than $500 per month, and taxi drivers often earn more from tourists. I learned these facts from a Cuban named Eliezer, one of the kindest and most positive people I've ever met. Eliezer understood the importance of perspective and having the right mindset. He was my new friend and guide during the visit. My Spanish improved tremendously too, mostly because Eliezer only knew like 5 English words. We spent hours discussing many important topics.
Hay una canción de Ludacris que dice Move Bitch. Muévete, puta, ¿no?
I pitied him working so hard biking us around, even though he said it was his favorite workout. I loved touring Havana on that bike, but what I loved more was making a lifelong friend. The first thing I noticed about my new friend was his smile. Half his day was just smiling. A blistering hot day, he smiled. A hurricane destroyed the city, he smiled. Bicycle broke down, he smiled. Accidentally biking in the wrong direction for a whole ass hour, he smiled. Cheating girlfriend who secretly moved in with an ex-baby daddy, he smiled and danced, saying es lo que es. I did learn more about his ex though.
Oh, sí. Ok. En inglés, una mujer que prefiere los hombres menores se llama asaltacuna.
This guy was unbelievable. I had never seen someone view life with such optimism, even in the most horrible circumstances. Even his natural hand position was a thumbs up. I gave him as much delicious food as I could, since he often said it was a luxury. Even though he understood his hardships, he just kept smiling. Soon, I was smiling too, sometimes for no reason. His perspective was incredible, no matter how difficult life was. With his help, we analyzed some philosophical questions. Understanding these questions might just change your life for the better. It certainly changed mine. They are quite simple hypothetical questions. Would you give up both your legs or arms for $1 million? How about just one leg or arm? You probably wouldn't. Would you trade a parent for $1 million? A child? A brother? A sister? A wife or a husband? A pet even? Is there even a price? If any of those things are worth so much to you, does that not mean you already have things or people in your life that are extremely valuable, priceless even? Eliezer discussed those questions, already knowing the answers. In his mind, he was materially poor, but he was rich everywhere else. He had few material valuables, but he still had all the most valuable things. His health, his mom, his sister, and, of course, his smile. When his joyful demeanor slipped for a moment, he told me that, in such a poor country, his and his family's life isn't worth much. I disagreed, of course, and asked if it affected his positive perspective. He said not at all. None of those things have to be worth anything to anyone else. All that matters is that they are valuable to you. That's the most beautiful part. It only has to matter to you. Whenever I have really bad days, I always think back to Cuba and Eliezer. He reminds me that it is all about perspective. You can't always control what happens, but you can often control how you react and perceive the world. The questions that Eliezer and I analyzed truly help with understanding the power of perspective and optimism. Chances are you do value certain things in your life very much, and these are things that you already have, even if these things are as simple as your health, friends, or family. I promised Eliezer that I would only care that the glass is half full, even if it has a damn ant in it. I asked him to promise me the same.
Siempre te lo prometo.